Welcome guys to the Meet Damien channel. I am Damien, and today's live stream we're going to be taking a look at some of these coins that are having spectacular days, most notably the meme coins and the AI coins are having some pretty good days here. We're going to start off by looking at coin market cap first to see how that's going here, and then we'll take a look at the charts. And we'll do some of your requests here for some of your favorite altcoins, some of your favorite meme coins, some of your favorite real world assets, whatever coins you want to take a look at. And if you guys want to take a look at stocks, we can do that too. But it seems like things are more exciting here in cryptocurrency world after we caught some bids last night. Okay, I just want to double check to make sure that I can actually hear myself on the volume here. Okay, good. I actually turned the mic on. That's good. Every now and then, sometimes I forget to do that. But yeah, we're looking at right now. Bitcoin's doing all right. Up about 1% today, at 112,380 bucks here. Ethereum is also doing okay at up 1.4% today at $4,356. Okay, but the real action. Let's go ahead and look at some of the coins that did the best performance over the last 24 hours. Number one coin, and I'm gonna have to familiarize myself with this one because I never seen this one make it into the top 100, but I guess it's now in the top 100, and that's MYX Finance, up 220% today. Okay, MYX. I'm gonna have to check you out, see what you're all about. But some of the other coins here, like WorldCoin, up 42% today, and that's I believe that's an AI related coin here. Pudgy Penguins up 15.8%, leading the pack here when it comes to the meme coins. Pudgy Penguins. Then you got SPX 6900 up 15.4% today. Bonk, another meme coin, up 12.5% today. Virtuals, AI related coin here for the AI agents. That one's up 10% today. Fartcoin, another meme coin, up 10.1% today. Hyperliquid, out of the cryptocurrency exchanges, doing pretty well today, up 7.86%. Then of course some more meme coins here. You got Dogecoin up 6.8%, Floki up 6.1%. So I do want to talk about the meme coins because meme coins and AI coins are going to be some of the first ones to start getting the money flowing back into them, mainly because they got beaten up and their charts look so good today, and they've been looking good like the past week, but now we're starting to finally get some bids here because the Federal Reserve might be cutting interest rates this month. It's like almost like 100% guarantee, and now it's like, are they going to do 25 basis points or 50 basis points is what the betting markets are trying to figure out right now. It's not are they gonna cut rates, it's more like how much are they gonna cut rates by is now what people are betting on now. So this is gonna cause meme coins to actually get excited as they have been getting some love this weekend here. And yeah, I actually want to take a look at MYX Finance real quick here before we start looking at the charts for some of these other coins here. Let's take a look at MYX, because this one is brand new to me. Looks like it started trading on May of 2025. And looks like we actually seen this thing trading at $1.55 here in August, so it's done some trading here. But now this thing is at $8.65. Okay, what the hell does this thing do? Just getting familiar with it. It has a 1.7 billion market cap. Okay, total supply is 1 billion MYX coins here. Total value, a lot kind of important, is only $31 million. Okay, and let's figure out what this thing is about. If I click on the About section here on CoinMarketCap.com, it's going to tell me more about this coin. It says that MYX is a non-custodial derivatives exchange that enables on-chain trading of perpetual contracts for virtually any token with an existing AUM market. The protocol was introduced to lower the capital costs to provide liquidity, remove network-related barriers for traders, and streamline the trading. Sorry, so it's a trading platform, okay? Probably similar to like Hyperliquid and Aerodrome Finance, which have also done pretty well. So it's an exchange token. And where can you buy it? That's where I want to know. Where can I buy it? If I click on the markets here, looks like you can get it on PancakeSwap, Uniswap. Mexi Exchange has it. BitGet, Binance, Bitmart. These are some of the exchanges that have it. Decentralized exchanges are going to be your Dexes, Uniswap, and PancakeSwap have it. And for your centralized exchanges, Mexi, BitGet, and Binance have it. Okay, and some of these other ones, BitUnex, CoinEx. So it's on the exchanges, and this thing is the talk of the town today because it's up. What is it up today? It's up 219% today. It was at like $2.77 yesterday. And let's see, about a week ago, let's see, this thing was at $1 a week ago, and now it's at $8, so up 700%. So congratulations to whoever was invested in that. Today's a good day for you. Congratulations. Alright, but getting back into some of these other cryptocurrencies, let's go back to CoinMarketCap.com again. Yeah, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP doing fine. I think out of the top 10 market cap coins here, Solana is doing the best. Actually, well, if you consider Dogecoin, out of the layer 1, Solana is doing the best with a performance of 4.66% today and $214 for Solana. And then Dogecoin for the meme coins in the top 10 here, representing the meme coins here. It's up 6.7%, trading at almost 24 cents here. Okay. But let me jump into the chat here, say hello to you guys, and see who's in and who has requests here. Let's see. I see I got some few people are joining me on my TikTok live stream and are following me. Appreciate that. You should go check out some of my videos when you get a chance. I'm also offering guys one-on-one sessions here to learn about how to day trade through Zoom. And right now I am charging $60 an hour for a 1 hour session. You know, if you want a 2 hour session, you know, just do the math. You know, $60 an hour is what I'm charging to learn how to day trade here. I actually did pretty well on some of my day trades. I posted up some YouTube shorts and some TikTok videos showing my gains for today. My P&L is at like $400 for the day. So that's good to see, especially, you know, wake up in the morning to see that. I was in some day trades overnight and they ended up cooking pretty well today. Let's see, I'm going to turn the music down just a little bit here. And yeah, I would like to teach you guys how to day trade and become better investors. If you guys are interested in doing so, we can do a one-on-one Zoom session here is what I'm offering to those that are interested. Alright, but yeah, we're looking at the price of Bitcoin, currently trading at $112,418. Alright, and what I want to see with Bitcoin is I want to see Bitcoin stay above this green line, this moving average, 50-day moving average. Currently sitting at 111,989. I want to see Bitcoin actually stay above it and close above it. Actually, we haven't had a close above it since Thursday, August 28th. We lost the 50-day moving average, stayed below it for a little bit here, came up, tried to test it, got rejected, came back up, got up to this $113,400 level, which was important for us to look at. I marked that on the chart here, and we rejected that, only for us to start coming back up. And I want to stay above the 50-day moving average, and I think we might get some more resistance on Bitcoin at 113,400 before Bitcoin starts going off to the races here. Once we get past that $113,400 level here, that has acted as support and resistance in the month of August here. I think we can move on to higher prices. We'll probably see Bitcoin, in the short term, probably try to test this 618 retracement level at 114,400, and also the golden pocket at 115,300. I want to see Bitcoin get up there as well. Maybe we'll see that later on this week. And then I want to see Bitcoin actually start, showing us, that it's here for serious business, and that I want to see a face melting rally here, where we get up to $118,000 in no time. And then I also want to see us to get up to $124,000 and punish the people who are on the fence about buying crypto. All right, once they see Bitcoin back at all-time highs again, they're gonna start pouring more money into crypto, and then we could see Bitcoin possibly get up to this 1272 at $131,000, maybe later on this month, especially if the Federal Reserve is gonna be cutting interest rates. And then going forward into like October, I think we should be getting some good news about some ETFs getting approved here for XRP and Solana and some of these other altcoins out there. And then we could possibly see this 1618 where Bitcoin could get up to like $140,000, I think, maybe in the month of October. Okay, good to see you, Ave Medina, and I see Kevin's in the chat too, and John316, and I already said, John, we could probably take a look at ZBCN as one of the cryptos to look at. I'm still waiting for some more people to give me some requests here on my TikTok. TikTok's being a little bit quiet today. That's okay. Sometimes you guys start off quiet and then you just slam me towards the end of the live stream when I'm trying to end the live stream. Then you guys are like, hey, can you look at this coin? Can you look at that coin? Of course we can look at Bonk. That's actually one of the best performing meme coins today. Let's take a look at Bonk. I kind of want to stick to meme coins. They are doing some pretty amazing things right now, and the charts look pretty good to go to the upside. We're looking at Bonk right now, currently trading at 23.42, up 11% today. I have drawn a Fibonacci from the low prices where we saw a Bonk at like about like 1100, okay, and get up as high as 4,000 in the month of July, okay. So we got like a 50% discount on the price of Bonk compared to where it was in July. And I like this, okay? I like the fact that we are bouncing off the 0.236 retracement. And we came down, and we almost came down to the 200-day moving average sitting at 1850. But we decided to do a U-turn here. And now we're back up to the 0.382 retracement. Now, where could I see Bonk go in the near future here? I'm expecting Bonk to at least get back up to the golden pocket level here, which is a normal retracement level, and that's sitting at about roughly 4.4029 or 28 here. Okay, so basically, Bonk's at 2,300. I'm expecting Bonk to go up to like 28, 2,900 in the near future. Maybe later on this week. Maybe, who knows? Maybe later on today. That would be crazy if it did that today. It'd be a super god candle if it did do that today. We have a nice green solid candle here on Bonk. Maybe over the next few days going into later on this week, you could see Bonk go up to like 2,800 or 2,900 here. And if it does that, I would like to catch that ride up to higher prices here. I would probably put the stop loss right below the lows here from last week, where we saw it at 1900, You know, you can put that if you're just spot trading it. If you're day trading it, you're probably going to want to get into the 1 hour time frame here, and maybe put the stop loss below the 200 moving average on the 1 hour time frame, which is at 2059. I would probably put the stop loss below that 200 moving average, and then try to see if you can ride this thing up to higher prices here. All right. Looks like Avi wants to take you. Let's see. What did you say here, Avi? Solana more profit taken or more selling? What do you think? I think Solana is gonna head up to $220, somewhere between 220, 225, before it might get some resistance. I'll go into the Solana chart here a little quick. We'll go into the daily time frame here. So the one thing to keep in mind here that I'm noticing here with Solana is that it is in a rising wedge, and rising wedges, they do break out to the downside. They're considered bearish. So maybe when we get up to 220 bucks here on Solana, that's when we do a violent correction. And if we do a violent correction, I would expect it to come down to like 195, 200 bucks. Before we get some more support. But the reason why I'm eyeballing 225 and 220 bucks is because we do have a 618 and a 65 golden pocket level here that I'm paying attention to, that Solana has that possible resistance level there. Also, you can see that, you know, we have seen 220 bucks act as like resistance here in January. And resistance here in February. Okay, so I'm expecting whoever bought here might want to just break even on Solana and click the sell button on you. Okay, but yeah, 220 bucks is a level that I'm looking for here on Solana, because like I said, you know, it acted as resistance in January and February, and it acted as resistance here in December as well, and resistance here in November. Okay, so you got some resistance. You got some people here that might want to get out of Solana and get into something else besides Solana, but they're very stubborn and they just want to break even before they hit the sell button. Okay, so I think that's what you got there for Solana going forward as your near-term resistance. But since we're on Solana, if Solana does go to higher prices here, I would expect it to try to get up to that 786 retracement at some point at $253. Maybe that could be another second take profit target, especially if you're swing trading it. I think you might see $250 Solana later on this month going into next month. And that's also another level where you can see that some people here back in January were clicking the sell button. I'm sorry, they bought there, and they'll probably click the sell button on you just to break even. It also acted as like a top here back here in November, so I'm expecting 250 to 260 bucks to be another resistance level for Solana in the near future here. I see Steve Hickey's in the chat. Good afternoon to you as well, brother. All right, and Julia Koch has joined. I see you, Julia. Thank you for joining the live stream. We're talking about crypto, but we could also talk about stocks. If you guys want to talk about stocks, we can talk about stocks as well. But seems like meme coins are like the fun thing to talk about, and they're making people a lot of money today, so there you go. Commies wants to look at Rose, so let me go ahead and start writing down the requests. I see some people are putting in the requests, so let me go ahead and do that. And I know, Kami, you like to request a lot of things, so I'm going to hold this as your first request. I think you can have another one, and maybe a third one if it's not too busy, but pick your favorite ones to look at, and we'll start with Rose first. And then looks like we have Pepe coin. Alright, Dr. Nihal is saying Pepe coin will pump tomorrow. Or is that another Pepe coin? Because I see you wrote 1,000 Pepe coin. We could take a look at Pepe coin if that's your request. Alright, let's see what else I got here in the chat. WorldCoin. Okay, we gotta look at WorldCoin as well. And that one came before Rose, so we'll look at that one first before we look at Rose. And then let me see what else we got here for requests. I think that's it for now. I think I caught up on it. Alright, so we'll look at WorldCoin, then Rose, then Pepe. Alrighty. Let's get right to it. So I think WorldCoin was one of the top performing coins today. Let's see how much it went up today. I believe WorldCoin is related to AI, artificial intelligence. So I'm expecting that to have a pretty good narrative going forward. I'm expecting like the same excitement that we had from last year about meme coins and AI, artificial intelligence. I'm expecting that to kick into high gear again for this the next few months here. I'm expecting some good price action for the meme coins and the AI coins. And more so, I probably expected more for the AI coins because I feel like some people got burned on meme coins last year, and they're probably looking to try to do something that has more of a use case here, like the AI coins, like WorldCoin here. And let's get into it here. WorldCoin is up 45% today, up $1.50. So yikes! Wow, congratulations to whoever got involved in this coin, this asset. And I can understand why it did that, because you were creating higher lows all throughout the summer here, ever since April. Okay, you had a higher low here in June 22nd where it was low at 77 cents, and then you had another higher low here at 83 cents here on September 1st. And yeah, you caught the bids. I'm expecting a lot of these charts to look like this, guys, where we had this downtrend, and then we violently get up above the 200-day moving average. This red line was acting as resistance, but now we can possibly use it as support. And now that you're above the 200-day moving average, I can be bullish on this asset going forward. And I love it. I'm loving the fact that you got above the previous high here in July. Was at $1.39. You're clearly above that, and I want to see us get above this other high here in May at $1.64. If we can do that, then I'll be even more bullish on this asset. We got up to $1.58 here on WorldCoin so far. Yeah, WorldCoin looking like a varsity athlete, looking like it's ready to play ball with the big boys here. And yeah, you've been in a downtrend on WorldCoin like all throughout 2025 here. We haven't seen WorldCoin get up to like a $3.98, $4.18 here on December 2024. We even seen WorldCoin have better days here back in March of 2024, when I think this was like one of the more popular AI coins that people knew about around that time. How far could WorldCoin actually go? Okay, I'm gonna do a Fibonacci here to see where this thing might actually get some resistance here. I'm gonna measure from the swing low here in April to the swing high here in May, and see what that gives us for the Fibonacci extension levels here. And I'm looking at possibly 1272 fib extension at $1.94 could provide some resistance, and the 1618 at $2.31 could provide some resistance. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Let me go ahead and just lock that in for now. And then I'll throw in the VRVP indicator just to see if there's any more confluence in agreement with these levels here. But right now I'm targeting $1.94 and $2.31 as like a take profit target 1 and take profit target 2 from where we're at right now. And let's see what this gives us here for the VRVP. So the VRVP is this green and red indicator on the right side of the screen here. And I'm just looking for high volume nodes, and a lot of volume is actually below us, so that's not really helpful. But it seems like most of the volume in the value area high, this white line here, was at $1.26. So there's not that much resistance for us to go to higher prices here. I do see some volume here at like $2.10 and $2.40, so that's probably why the 1618 would work like a charm here, where you could possibly sell your WorldCoin at $2.30. But I guess I'll have to look at the previous price action. Like, we have seen WorldCoin at $2.15 trading sideways here back in January, so I'm expecting maybe $2.15 to be a good take profit target. That's right between the 1272 and the 1618. So I think that should be your realistic long-term swing trade target on WorldCoin, anywhere between $2 and $2.31. Yes, guys, listen to Abe Medina. Don't forget to smash the like button if you guys haven't already. Because that would help out a lot. Get my video and live stream out to more people, so we can build up the Meet Damien community here on TikTok and YouTube. All right. For my TikTok guys, if you double tap the screen, that's how you send me a link. I appreciate it if you can do that. Let's let TikTok and YouTube know that we have a good stream here with some good technical analysis. All right, so that's WorldCoin in a nutshell. Gave you the upside targets. I don't even want to touch downside targets. Downside targets, I mean, you'll just probably lose what you have made today, but like I think WorldCoin's gonna be fine. Let's go ahead and look at Rose. Yeah, when you have a significant move, I'm expecting WorldCoin to be able to hold on to some of its gains here. Let's look at Rose Oasis, currently trading at 2.5 cents, up 6.2% today. And what can Rose do? I got the VRVP, so this is the VRVP without the Fibonacci kind of blocking it, but the VRVP is pretty important to look at. You have the highest volume node is this blue line sitting at about 0.028 pennies here. That could act as resistance going forward. You also got the 200-day moving average at 0.029, so I'm expecting 0.028 and 0.029 to be some good take profit targets on this asset here. As I start to zoom in a little bit more. Yeah, I mean, if you don't have the VRVP or you don't know how to set up the VRVP, then you can just use the moving average as your target zone, and that's that 200-day moving average, that red line at 0.029 pennies. I think most people know how to set up a 200-day moving average, but if you don't, just let me know. I can teach you guys how to set up the moving averages the way I set them up. But I do have the 200-day moving average as the red line, the 100-day moving average as the blue line, the 50-day moving average is the green line, and the 21 exponential moving average is this white line. And this asset is below most of the moving averages, so it's bearish in my opinion, but that doesn't mean that it can't flip bullish. You don't really have to do too much, you just got to get above that 200-day moving average, and if you do that, right, if you just get above that 200-day moving average, that's a roughly a 12% gain. That's all you gotta do to get up to above the 200-day moving average, and then you can be considered bullish once you get above it. All right, but then I want to see Oasis do better than that. I want to see at least get above some of the previous highs here. Like back here in August, you saw this thing at like 0.032 pennies, and then here in July, you saw this thing as high as like 0.034 pennies. I would probably be targeting that as well. Once you get past the 200-day moving average, there might be some sell resistance action going on at those levels there. But yeah, once you do get to those levels, then I would say that you're in an uptrend on Oasis. So I kind of want to see Oasis, if I can just draw this out real quick. I want to see you get up to that 200-day moving average right here. You'll probably go sideways a little bit maybe, okay? Create some higher lows, higher highs, then get above this previous high here. Maybe you get rejected, okay? Make another higher low, and then continue on, get past this previous high here, and then you can say that you're now in an uptrend if this thing can continue doing something like that in the near future. So we'll see. We'll see if Rose is able to do that, okay? Right now, for downside targets, I'll probably put the stop loss right below the lows here, okay? You could come right back down and revisit 2 cents, 0.022 pennies here, and 0.022 pennies like you did here in the beginning of August. I put the stop loss right here, okay, and then try to ride this thing up to higher prices if you can. I think you could, especially if Bitcoin and crypto starts getting more money flowing into it, especially with the rate cuts that we might. Looks like it's 100% with certainty that we're gonna get a rate cut. We'll see, you know, if things change with inflation. We get a PPI report on Wednesday, and then a CPI report on Thursday, and that could shake the markets up a little bit. It will shake up the markets no matter what they report for a number. But if inflation is still a problem, then maybe we only get a 25 basis point cut later on this month, and that's it. If inflation is also coming down, then that could be the rocket fuel that we need to see these cryptocurrencies and these assets go Valhalla, or however you say it. We can see these cryptocurrencies and the stock market make new all-time highs here. If inflation's coming down, and also after we got a bad jobs report, it means that the Federal Reserve has the green light to lower interest rates, and they could probably do it in a big way and actually lower it by 50 basis points. Let me just try to catch up on the chat here with YouTube. What are you guys saying here? Ave Medina says, do I think the AI coins and AI agents will make a comeback? I think I just said that I think they will make a comeback, especially the AI agent coins, in the next couple of months, the next few months here. And I think altcoin, we're already getting an altcoin season. You know, it started, like, in my opinion, in July after they came out with a stablecoin bill. I think altcoins are gonna go crazy around October if they haven't already. To that, you know, in this month of September. But I think altcoins are gonna go crazy next month when we start getting some good news about the XRP ETF getting approved, and some more Solana ETFs, and some other ones like maybe a Dogecoin ETF could get approved. As well as, like, I think HBAR and Cardano and some other coins. That's gonna add more rocket fuel to what could potentially be a phenomenal altcoin season for 2025. After the altcoin season that we've all been waiting for could possibly be coming, and it might have started in July, in my opinion. Ave Medina, what do you say here? You said another fart coin is Unicoin fart coin sitting at lows too. What's the ticker symbol for that one? We can take a look at that if that's a request of yours. Alright, let me get back into TikTok here. Let's see, what are we saying here? Kami says World Liberty Finance is still running as a... Are you shorting it? Is that what you're saying here? Alright, we're gonna move on from Rosecoin over to, we gotta take a look at Pepe. So I think that was a request here. I think Pepe's, I looked at the charts on Pepe last night, but I'll look at it here with you guys right now. And I just think Pepe's gonna do some big things here as well. Just, it's ready and primed to go to higher prices here. Pepe coin currently trading at 1,031. 200-day moving average, that red line, very important to get above. We did that today. Let's try to stay above it. All we gotta do is stay above 1,002, and you'll see more money start pouring and flowing into Pepe coin, because we just gotta have a daily candle close above it, and we could rocket higher here for Pepe coin. Pepe coin has been in an uptrend, but it kind of lost that uptrend here in August, and kind of confused people a little bit, because then you started making a downtrend here with lower highs here, and also a lower low compared to what you did here at the beginning of August. Okay, so that wasn't good to see. Okay, but you still are making higher lows compared to what you did here in June, where we did see Pepe coin get down to 830. Okay, Pepe coin, if it does become more bullish here, let's measure out the Fibonacci, see what it could possibly do here. And I'm seeing a 618 retracement is the expected level for us to get back up to at 1230. Okay, you could possibly get, I'm just eyeballing this right now, but you could possibly get a 20% move up into that golden pocket level there, about 19-20% here. On Pepe, slap on some 10x leverage on that, you could get like 190% gain, 200% gain on your Pepe here. Okay, but yeah, if you want to ride the trade to higher prices here, maybe we can get up back to where we were in July when Pepe was trading as high as 1475, and if you ride that puppy up to higher prices, you're looking at like a 40% gain, 42% gain here on Pepe. You can get back up to there. I might actually enter a trade on Pepe right now. Let's see what things look like on the 1 hour time frame here. Think about firing up Mexi right now and getting into this trade here. We are kind of overbought right now, so maybe I get into this Pepe trade later on this afternoon if things cool off and sell off a little bit here. You can see that right now in the 1 hour time frame, we are overbought here on Pepe at 77. So, you know, I think patience does pay off here. These meme coins are catching bids, which is good to see. And the trend could be your friend, but, you know, we could also start selling off here. And, you know, you probably get a better entry on Pepe. You know, if we come back to the moving average on the 1 hour time frame, you know, we could get some Pepe at 972 or below 1,000. Okay, but I don't know. I feel like there's money pouring into the markets here. You might not be lucky enough to actually get Pepe at that price. If Pepe does come down and it's going to stay and remain bullish here, that 21 EMA on the 1 hour time frame, it says that it's at 1,004, that white number there. That might be as low as Pepe goes before it makes another higher low and goes to higher prices here on the 1 hour time frame. Alrighty. So that's kind of like I just gave the downside target for Pepe. Don't go lower than $1,000 bucks, 1,000 points here. And then upside target, we are looking for Pepe at 1230, 1250, and then also Pepe at 1400, 1478 here. Kami, you said you had a short on World Liberty Finance at 42 cents. I mean, I guess we could take a look at World Liberty Finance since you mentioned it. And then Ave, did you want to look at Fartcoin? We can look at Fartcoin. I was in a trade on that earlier today and I cashed out on my long. And I'm willing to get back into these meme coins again because I think these meme coins are going to run. But don't forget to take profits on the way. I took some profits earlier this morning. You know, a couple $100. You know, why not? You know, I made a couple $100 that I locked in. I'm still up like $400, $500 on my P&L for today. So I got some unrealized gains that are still cooking right now. But I'm going to probably take profits on those when I can because the markets go up and they go down. And you should try to sell when things are overcooked, overheated, and overbought, in my opinion. Alright, let's take a look at World Liberty Finance. WFLI. Oh yeah, this is a brand spanking new coin. WFLI trading at 21 cents. World Liberty Finance. Kami, you saying you shorted this thing at 42 cents? That's pretty amazing. I have to admit, Kami, you do make some pretty amazing trades. It seems as though you're very knowledgeable in day trading, and it's good to see that. I'm glad you come in, you join the live stream here, and if you have some good coins or good trades to get into, let me know, and I'll do the same with you as well. But I appreciate you coming onto the channel. We get people from all walks of life and in different parts of their trading journey looking at the live stream here, and it's good to see some of the experienced traders are making some pretty killer moves here. Looks like World Liberty Finance started trading on September 1st here on Mexi Exchange, where it got as high as $1. And you said that you got in at 42 cents for a short. That's pretty amazing. Let me get into the 1 hour time frame on this one. See, what hour did you get in at for 42 cents here? So yeah, when it first came on Mexi Exchange, September 1st at 8 a.m. Eastern time here. Wow, I mean, it opened at 29 cents, went up to $1, and then it closed at 32 cents. You must have got it as soon as it got on the exchange, and then you shorted it. Unless there's another exchange that had it before Mexi Exchange. But yeah, the 1 hour time frame, this thing immediately came down as soon as it hit the exchanges, and it's been going down. Looks like, let's see, you kind of bottom out on WFLI here. You bottom out on Thursday, September 4th, around 10 a.m. And I have to use a 1 hour time frame because this thing is brand spanking new. I don't really have that much data. You're just now starting to get a 50-day moving average, a 50 moving average on the 1 hour time frame, and you're now getting a 100 moving average on the 1 hour time frame. But all I can really do for moving average analysis is just use this 21 EMA, which has been around since the start. And you're kind of hanging out near the 21 EMA, but the 21 EMA is acting as resistance right now on the 1 hour time frame. You know, World Liberty Finance, it could go down to lower prices, and if it does, I would expect it probably to get a bounce off the 50 moving average maybe on the 1 hour time frame. But you also have a low here where this thing came down to like 20 cents. So if you're still shorting it, I don't know if it's going to go lower than 20 cents because you could consider this a higher low. And if, you know, Bitcoin and crypto is going to start going to higher prices here, then I would expect World Liberty Finance to kind of go along for the ride with the rest of the cryptos here. So maybe it might be time to get out of the short. I would put the stop loss probably right here at 23 cents. Because you kind of have like a lower high here. And yeah, you can still ride the trade, but I don't know if there's like any more juice to squeeze out of the short. I'd probably take it right down to this 50 moving average at 20 cents. And then maybe this, you got some support here, some sideways trading action here at like 19 cents. So I don't know if there's any more juice to squeeze on the short here on World Liberty Finance. Oh, you got that on Mexi Exchange. Yeah, that's one of my favorite exchanges here. I see Lauren's in the YouTube chat. Good to see you, Lauren. Oh, and you're on your lunch break. Awesome. I appreciate you coming on and checking me out here on your lunch break. All right. Let me see if I can get out the Mexi Exchange here. I did restart my computer. I don't know if I have to put in my login credentials again. Hopefully I don't need to do that. But yeah, let's see. Mexi Exchange. See how my trades are doing. I was in like 6 trades earlier this morning, and now I'm down to 3 because I closed out, took some profit. I'm still in a SUI long, 20x long, a Brett long, 20x long, and a Fart coin long at 10x. That's a 10x long. And right now my Fart coin has got me up 88%, 48 bucks. Brett got me up 121%, and that's you know, $59. And SUI got me up $40 here today. SUI's kind of taking a sweet time here. But yeah, I plan on being in SUI for a long-term bet here. I might take profit on Brett and Farcoin soon, and just be happy with what I did today. P&L is looking pretty good so far. But let's take a look at Farcoin and go back to TradingView. And let's see, Farcoin. Let's go. All right. Farcoin currently trading at 81 cents, 82 cents, up 7.58% today. I'm in the 1 hour time frame. I was day trading this. I got in around like 74 cents last night, and I put my stop loss below 72 cents here. And I know this is a little bit messy, but let me go into the daily time frame so you can kind of get the bigger picture view of what I'm trying to do here with Farcoin. So Farcoin has seen better days here in May and July of this year. We did see Farcoin get up to like $1.69. Oh, what a very interesting number for it to stop at. Okay, just like Bitcoin stopping at $69,000 in the last cycle. If you don't know, you don't know, and I'm not sure if we can be friends if you don't know the significance of 69 here. But Farcoin, obviously it made highs here in July, then it made a lower high here in August 14th. We got rejected off the 50-day moving average at $1.18. I would love to take Farcoin back up to $1.18. I got a Fibonacci that says it could probably do that, and also this previous high says that it could probably do that. I don't know if it's going to do that, you know, but it would be nice to stay in the trade to $1.18. More realistically, I have drawn the Fibonacci here on Farcoin, and I drew it from like, you know, the lows here at like 60. How low did we go? Yeah, it went down to like 68 cents, and then I drew up to the high from yesterday at 81 cents. I'm sorry, no, the high for today at 81 cents. And I got some Fibonacci extensions to look for here. We got the 1618 that says that Farcoin could get up to like 90 cents here. So if I measure that, you know, right now, that's about an 18% move up in price from where we are right now. I think we could still get another 18%, 20% gain on Farcoin. Actually, no, I was measuring this from yesterday. So yesterday I was measuring that Farcoin could go up to 18%. Right now we could possibly get another 10% move up on Farcoin. So I take that back. We could possibly get another 10% move, getting us up to like 90 cents here on Farcoin, and that's your 1618. And then what else can we do here? Farcoin could possibly get up to this 3618 at $1.18. Which is the top that you made here on August 14th. If you're in it for like a longer term swing trade, I would be targeting $1.18 for Farcoin for your upside target here. All right. Yeah, I got to get around to creating an account on Telegram, Kami. I appreciate that. I'm gonna have to look into that. Is that where you're on? Is that where you like to hang out at, Kami? Telegram? Just let me know. Because when I do, I'll let you know, and then maybe you can join my channel there. Kami, your little brother has a long at 19 cents on World Liberty Finance. I mean, that's not too bad of a price to be getting into on that coin. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Pepe. I really want to get into Pepe for my next trade, but right now Pepe is just overheated right now. Let's go back into Pepe again. It's on my watch list, I guess. Pepe coin up 4% today. That's pretty modest compared to some of these other meme coins. I think that's why, you know, if Pepe starts catching some bids here, you know, you might get like a 10% upside on Pepe. If Pepe can get up to that 50-day moving average at 1100, that should be a 10% move. Let me just measure that one out. From where we are right now on Pepe to that 50-day moving average, where could act as resistance. That's about like a 7-8% move up. Slap on 10x leverage, that could be 70%. Slap on 20x leverage, that could be 140% gain for Pepe. But I would actually try to see if I could ride Pepe up to 1200, and that's gonna get you a 17% gain. Slap on 10x leverage, and that's about 170%. But looking at the oscillators here, Pepe looks fine on the daily time frame for the RSI, and the MACD is just starting to show some green bullish candles here. But on the 1 hour time frame, Pepe is overbought, yeah, on the RSI. And then looking at the MACD, you can't really tell. I mean, it could still possibly create some more green candles here, but you did get a light green candle, which could be the beginning of the buying pressure dying down on Pepe here on the 1 hour time frame. Stochastic is also pretty high, so that's another warning sign to start taking profit if you haven't already. And on the 1 hour time frame, you did get a green buy dot, but I'm expecting a red dot to show up anytime here, letting you know that, you know, Pepe, when that red dot comes on the 1 hour time frame, that's probably when I'll try to enter the Pepe long on my day trading here. So I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait and be patient here. But I am watching Pepe for a possible long for later on, maybe tomorrow or going into later on this week. You know, maybe I'll get a better entry on Pepe later on tonight after people start hitting the sell button and cashing in on their profits here. Kami says WLD would be nice to short at the moment. Too strong on the upside. Do you like to short, Kami? I see that you're not afraid to short. Let's take a look at WLD since you mentioned it here. World Liberty Finance, right? I think that WorldCoin is the WLD. Yeah. Trying to see if I can find it on Mexi. I like using Mexi exchange data here, but yeah, oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah. I mean, on the 1 hour time frame for WorldCoin here, you are overbought. Looks like we're kind of hanging out $1.50 right now. It might be time to start taking profits if you haven't on some of these meme coins and altcoins. I might have to go back into Mexi and start clicking sells on some things here. Let me see. I'm gonna go back to my Mexi real quick here. I think I want to take profits on Brettcoin, even though I think Brett could go higher. I'm gonna show you guys that it's good practice to actually close out these longs here. Do I want to do a flash close? No, I'll do a regular close. So yeah, right now I'm up 111% on Brettcoin. What did I do? I got in. I can drag this over. I got in at 0.045 pennies, and now it's at 0.048 pennies. Using about like $48 of margin. I basically doubled my money in less than 1 day, using 20x leverage, and I am ready to take that to the bank here. What is the price of Brettcoin right now? I was trying to see if this thing could go up to like 5 cents here. We're almost at 5 cents. We're at like 4.809. But I think this 100 moving average on the 4 hour time frame is acting as resistance right now. And I don't want to lose my gains, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'll do market, close along 21,400 Brettcoins. 48.12 sounds good to me. And I just close the long here, and that's what I get for being a good trader here and actually taking profit. Let's see. I'm up 111% on my Brett. And I made like 50 bucks. I made 50 bucks using 50 bucks, so I doubled my money with that 111% gain there on Brett. All right, going back to WorldCoin here. All right, WorldCoin. Yeah, on the 1 hour time frame, it looks like it's ready to just, drop like a rock. Okay, it might just go sideways for now. Let's see. Let me go into the daily time frame here for WorldCoin. Yeah, we're kind of hanging out in that blue zone, the 0.786 retracement at $1.41, and the top would be probably $1.65 if we could ever get back up to that level again. And if you were in a short, like, I mean, where would your take profit be on WorldCoin? I'd probably maybe take it down to that golden pocket at like $1.24, $1.27. Acted as resistance here in May. A little bit of resistance again here in July. If you're gonna short WorldCoin, maybe I would take this down to $1.25 here as a take profit target. But that's if it's going to be a long term, you know, that probably be like a long term take profit target on a short. I actually on a short term, like later on today, this thing could come down to $1.42. Could come down to the tops here in on July, where we started saying $1.40, $1.39. So maybe that could be your day trade short on WorldCoin, like $1.40, $1.42. And if we measure that out from where we are right now down to this blue line here, it's about a 5% short, almost 6% short. And you slap on like 10x leverage, that's you know 60%. You slap on 20x leverage, and that's a 120% gain on your short. And then if you're gonna short this and try to figure out what your stop loss is gonna be, where would you put your stop loss? Well, depending upon what you're doing with your margin and how much leverage you're using, you said like maybe like 10x, 20x leverage. With 10x leverage, you could probably get away with putting your stop loss at like $1.60, because that's how we got as high as like $1.58 today. I'm not sure if we're gonna do that again. Okay, you could probably put your stop loss there. So let's go back into the 1 hour time frame. If you're using 20x leverage or more on your short with WorldCoin, maybe you put the stop loss above the last candle wick high here on the 1 hour time frame at like 12 o'clock. You got as high as like $1.53. So maybe you could put your stop loss like $1.53, $1.54 for a stop loss. Okay. But ideally, I think if you could try to put your stop loss above the highs for today at $1.59, I'm not sure if we're gonna actually get back up there again. And that'd be a more conservative or looser stop loss, in my opinion. Yep. Well, you gonna try to take profit at $1.27? All right, Kami. I hope it works out. Seems like, you know, you can spot like when things are overbought and overheated. So that's good to see. Then it's just a matter of executing, and are things going to go your way? Where do you put your stop loss? All these questions that we have to ask ourselves as day traders here when we're day trading these assets. And of course, you already figured out your take profit. That's the other question you got to answer. You know, where are you going to put your take profit? You say $1.27. I agree with you. I think $1.27. But it sounds like that's going to be a long-term day trade here, because you know, unless we drop as fast as we came up today, this thing might have to bleed out and go to $1.40. It might get a bounce and then bleed out and go down to $1.27. And then you get your stop, you get your take profit on your short. And that could happen going into tomorrow, going into Wednesday here. But I think if you want something quicker and faster and probably more likely, I think $1.42 is a good take profit target. $1.40, somewhere in that area. That could happen like this afternoon or tonight. And you can break up your short. You can break up your trade. You can do take profit 1 at $1.42 and take profit target 2 at $1.27. So you'll still hit, you know, you'll still make some money here, and you also make some money here if you're able to get down there to that level. Yes, guys, listen to Abe Medina. Smash that like button. Let's try to get the amount of likes to match the amount of people in the live stream right now. Let's see what am I at on my YouTube here? I got 8 likes. Okay, I guess we actually have more likes than people watching right now. So. Alright, I'll take that. And then my YouTube guys, I appreciate you guys hitting the like button as well. Thank you guys, thank you. Let's see, we have a question here from IHM. Crone network testnet in weeks and mainnet month. Set up a node validation rig. Crone network, is that like related to like Eric Crone from the Crone channel? His YouTube channel. Then you said Google Chrome Technologies with NASDAQ or Quantum Emotion or X Quantum or Brian Esposito. Interesting, interesting. I kind of want to see how is the stock market doing. We always talk about crypto here, but like, how is stock? I think stock market's going to do just as well as crypto here in the next few weeks to come. We got the NASDAQ. Get into the daily time frame here. NASDAQ is up 0.48% today, but wait, what? Why is it showing a red candle here on the daily time frame? That's so weird. All right, so what the? On Friday we closed at 21,700, and we're at 21,800. This should be a green candle. I don't know why this is red. Anyways, that's weird. Oh, now it's green. Now it's showing green. Okay. But we did see the NASDAQ composite index get as high as 21,885. That's interesting. So stock market isn't going as crazy as crypto is, but it is in an uptrend, and we're just steadily climbing up and to the right here on the NASDAQ. Let's look at the S&P 500. S&P 500 is trading at 6,490 points, up slightly today. And you can see, like, ever since like we got the pause on tariffs here in April, we've been just climbing up and to the right, up and to the right. We're clearly above most of the moving averages right now. The 50-day moving average is sitting at 6,075. If we were to get, a black swan event that takes us down to lower prices here, you might not get some support until you actually come down to that 50-day moving average. But I think, as we continue, we had a nice V-shaped recovery here on the stock market, but I think we're kind of like gonna chill out and go sideways. We might still go up in sideways, but I think this is going to give the 50-day moving average a chance to try to catch up to where we are right now on the S&P 500. Beyond Illusion is in the chat, and he says, "Let's go." Beyond Illusion, you have any requests here? And Kami says, "We have until September 17th before markets goes red." So you think we're just gonna pump into the interest rate cuts and then we give back some of those gains? I think you might be right. I think we have like the full moon energy for those that follow the moon cycles. We got that going on. I think what's going on, with the cycles, or at least the monthly cycles here with the moon, is everybody gets paid. Right, I'm sorry. I take that back. Everybody has to pay their mortgage and their landlord, rent and their mortgage in the beginning of the month. And after that gets paid, then then people have the extra money to actually start buying cryptocurrencies and buying stocks here. And I think that's the kind of effect that we get. The beginning of the month could be dicey up until people start paying their bills here, and then they have the extra money to spend. And then towards like the end of the month, it's hard for cryptocurrencies and the stock market to go up because people gotta save their money, make sure they have enough money to pay their rent and pay their mortgage. I think that's what the moon cycles are pretty much following and tracking here. But I don't know. What do you guys think as far as moon cycles go? Kami wants us to look at Total 3 and Bitcoin dominance. Okay, all right. I'm wondering if you see anything in particular there that caught your attention. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance first, and then we'll look at Total 3. Bitcoin dominance is good to see that Bitcoin dominance is coming down. We're at 58.37%, and if you guys have caught my earlier live streams, you know that when we're below this 200-day moving average, on the Bitcoin dominance, that's your altcoin season. That's the beginning of an altcoin season. Like, we came down, we lost it here in July. We lost the 200-day moving average on Bitcoin dominance. We came up, back tested it, came down, back tested it again, and that was like your signal in the beginning of August here that you need to get into altcoins, and you need to do it now, because look what happened then. We had you know, Bitcoin dominance fall further because more money is pumping into altcoins, and this was a bear flag that I noticed here. You know, we had the flag pull, and then we got the flag here on the bear flag, and I measured that out, took a measure move, and it says that we could see Bitcoin dominance come down to 56.45%. 21 exponential moving average could act as resistance, and I think it is acting as resistance, and I think we're gonna get knocked down to lower levels here on Bitcoin dominance, which is going to be great for the altcoins. I think the altcoins are ready and primed to go to higher prices here. And you're clearly below the 200-day moving average. Now, when Bitcoin dominance actually gets back up to the 200-day moving average, that's going to be the end of altcoin season, in my opinion. But we could just continue dropping, at least down to like 56% here. But it would be nice to see Bitcoin dominance get down below 50%. Then you know for damn sure you're in altcoin season. Now let's go ahead and move on to total 3 here. And total 3, for those who don't know, is the market cap of crypto minus Bitcoin and Ethereum. So basically all your altcoins besides Ethereum are going to be included in this market cap. And right now, total 3 is sitting at $1.07 trillion. We're up $21 billion today, up 2% today. And what do we got here for market cap? You've seen the highs. The last previous high here was around August 14th, where we saw $1.11 trillion in altcoins here. We're getting close to getting back up to that number here. And you can see that we're kind of doing like a bull flag. We're bullishly consolidating. And it's bullish because we came from the bottom here and now we're going sideways. Okay? And this could be this is a bull flag, and we just continue the trend using some trend analysis here. We could see, we could see the trend continue from where we are right now, and we could see this blue number here. We could see $1.4 trillion go into altcoins. We could see another $400 billion going into total 3 here. That'd be nice. I have drawn out that I've seen previous highs here back here in January, where we saw the altcoin market as high as like 1.13 trillion and also 1.16 trillion. That could provide some resistance as we try to gain more money in market cap for the altcoins here. But after we get past 1.16 trillion, I think, we're probably going to see 1.4 trillion. Now, let me go ahead and quickly draw a Fibonacci here. See what the Fibonacci has to say about those levels. And the Fibonacci is saying, 1.34 trillion is the number to look for here for total market cap. Total 3 here. That's your 1618 Fibonacci. Then you got a 2618 saying 1.7 trillion could be a possibility here. And that's just measuring from what we did here, the swing low in June to the swing high here in August. And it gives you these Fibonacci levels to look for. And I got the Fib extensions showing me what our next targets could be in the future here for total 3. Beyond Illusion wants to look at Pinlink. Okay, bro, I got you. And Zahim wants to look at Kronos. Okay, got you as well, bro. Alright, let's take a look at these other coins here. Pinlink. Currently trading at 58 cents, up 1.9% today. And what do we got? What do we got for Pinlink? Pinlink, to me, looks like it's in a falling wedge that I've already charted out here. And falling wedges, they are bullish. Usually you do break out to the upside 70% of the time. and I'm expecting this thing to go up to higher prices rather than lower prices here. If for some reason we get rejected and we do go to lower prices, you might have to continue filling out this falling wedge until you get some resolution. And the resolution looks like it won't come until Sunday, September 14th here. That's if you're not going to break out. That's if you're going to actually break down and just continue staying in the falling wedge. That's a possibility here. Okay. But if we do go to the upside, I'm expecting, you know, if you're a moving average guy, you got 200-day moving average sitting at 71 cents. That could possibly be where you get rejected before you create a higher low and go to higher prices here. So eyeball this area at 71 cents here. And I'm going to draw out a Fibonacci here, see what the Fibonacci has to say. Measuring from this swing high to that swing low. Do I want to do it? Nah, I'll probably do it to this previous swing low here. Alright, so, and I'll measure that right there. Wick from this, basically from this wick down to this wick here. Okay. We got the 618 is a normal retracement level to look for. 76 cents, which is right above your 200-day moving average. So if this thing does start going up to higher prices, and it does it in a violent fashion here, it might get past that 200-day moving average and then get rejected near 76, 77 cents before coming back down to the 200-day moving average and using that as support. That's just game planning this for the future here. So I'm targeting 76, 77 cents, as well as, you know, 72 cents and maybe even 70 cents, but you got the 0.5 retracement at as well. So I think you should try to sell at 70 and also 77. Take profit target 1, 70 cents. Take profit target 2, 77 cents. And then you just gotta see if this thing can get right back to where it was here in August when we got up to like $1.03. That could be a third take profit target. And then if you're gonna stay in it for the longer term here, you got a 1272 showing $1.14 and a 1618 saying $1.34. You get up to like $1.14, you basically almost doubled, and then you get up to like $1.34, and you basically doubled your money. You should consider clicking that sell button. Not financial advice, but that's what I would do. You love the fact that it's under all its moving averages. Well, when it is all below its moving averages, you know, especially the 200-day moving average, I have to be bearish. Okay, but I understand, like, you might be thinking you're catching the bottom, and you probably might. You might be catching the bottom. You might be right. I would just put the stop loss below the low here on September 1st. If this thing goes lower than 52.5 cents here, you're losing the 0.236 retracement, and you're losing the lows for the summer here. And if you lose that 52.5 cent level, there might be something wrong with it, and it might go down to lower prices on you. And you might see like 39, 40 cents here on pin length. So I'd be, you know, I would still put your stop loss just to protect yourself, but you might be catching the bottom on this one. You might, especially if crypto's going to go up to higher prices. Bitcoin's going to go to higher prices, make new all-time highs. You might be catching the bottom here. But I can't get bullish. I can't have a bullish bias on the asset until you get above that red line, the 200-day moving average. August 2nd, you bought your bags for crypto. Yeah, Kami, you know, it seems like you know what you're doing out there. You're at a level in your trading journey that I think a lot of people wish they could get to, where they can be profitable and be comfortable shorting the market and also buying the lows. And that takes some time for some people, but it seems like you put in the time, and I'm pretty sure you've seen the losses as well as the upsides here. Sumanjo says you're not buying anything and you're waiting for the red carpet. What red carpet? What red carpet are you talking about? We have a request here for Kronos, and I know John 316 loves Kronos, if he's still in the chat here. So I guess we're looking at Chronos now. We looked at ZBCN earlier. Oh, did we look at ZBCN? I can't remember. Did we look at Z? I don't think we did. So I guess today's gonna be Chronos then. If we haven't looked at ZBCN, we're gonna look at Chronos here. Chronos is trading at 25 cents, down 3.5% today. And that's unfortunate that it's going down while the rest of these cryptos are going up. But you know, Chronos did have its day in the sun here. It had its 15 minutes of fame here on August 29th when we saw Chronos go up to up 26%, as high as like 39 cents. And Chronos is just flagging out now, okay? Making a bull flag here. When will the bleeding stop for Chronos? Let's take a look at this RSI real quick here. RSI is at 57, so you're still in bullish control territory. I mean, if it wants to, it can flip the script here and start being bullish again. MACD is just showing that the buying pressure has died down, and now you're getting some selling pressure. And stochastic RSI is starting to get lower here on Chronos. So you would think this thing is ready to go to higher prices as soon as the bids start coming in. And then my cheat sheet, Market Cipher B, said that you should have sold your Chronos September 1st. You would have avoided the pain that you're going through right now. You're just waiting for a green buy dot to show up here, and that should justify when it should be a good to get back into Chronos, and when Chronos will start seeing some higher prices here. Okay, but I think Chronos could continue to bleed down to this 0.382 retracement at 24.5 cents. So I get the music here. Oh my god. Are you guys still in the chat here on my live stream? Put a 1 if you're still in, if you can hear me. If the stream is still good. Yeah, now I just gotta see if I can get the music back up and running again. Alright. Thank you guys for letting me know you're still here. Oh, we got the music back up and running. Okay, good. So what ended up happening there, I think the VPN messed me up. I had to shut the VPN off there. It does that every now and then. And sometimes I gotta reset the Wi-Fi or whatever. But anyways. Where were we? We were talking about Chronos. And yeah, what did I leave off? Looks like I got a request here from D2 Miami. Wants to look at Pith Network. Let's go ahead and look at Pith. Which one do I want to look at? I'll look at on Binance. Yeah, sure. Pith Network currently trading at 16 cents. Looks like it's had its flag and bleed out just like Chronos here. You know, this is why it's important, guys, to take profits. Look at that. If you didn't take profits, you would have been losing all your profits. If you're swing trading it, that would have been a good time to take profit here on Pith Network. On Thursday, August 28th, when you doubled your money in Pith Network. Come on, guys. Come on. You gotta take profits. You doubled your money in one day. Alright. But anyways, I got a Fibonacci for us to look at here. For Pith Network, if we're gonna start catching some bids here, I would expect us to at least get back up to the 618 retracement at 19.20 cents here. I think that should be your first take profit target if you're day trading it or short-term swing trading it. Eventually, you would like to see yourself get back up to like 25 cents again, like you did here on August 29th. I think Pith Network's fine. Let me look at the oscillators here. Let's see what the oscillators are looking like. You're still in like bullish control territory. You got an RSI of like 54.5. You can see that here on the MACD, buying pressure has obviously died down, and you are getting some selling pressure. What I don't like here that I'm seeing on Pith Network for the MACD is I want to see selling pressure start dying down. I want to see like pink candles start showing up so we can get a MACD flip and see some buying pressure here. But look, looks like selling pressure actually increased here between, you know, yesterday and today. So what the hell, right? You're not getting what you need with the buyers and sellers are just not showing. The buyers are not showing up. The sellers are actually showing up here. However, stochastic RSI is relatively low on the daily time frame here, and here on Market Cipher B, very interesting. Even though we're getting selling pressure, you did get a green buy dot, so that's a little bit confusing. So, are we gonna start getting some bids here on Pith Network? I don't know, but Market Cipher B says, hey, you might get it. You might get it. But you gotta be careful, because just because you get a green dot here on Market Cipher B, let me just go back here. So you get a green buy dot doesn't mean you can't get a red dot like a day or two later. Like, look at here. Back here on August 22nd, you had a green buy dot here on August 22nd. And then, you know, 3 days later, you got a red sell dot. And then, 3 days later, you get a green buy dot. So, you could look at Market Cipher B, but I wouldn't look at it strictly. It's just a guidance. It's just a guide as to whether you should be bullish or bearish if you're confused about it. But when it flips like that back and forth, that just creates more confusion, to be honest. Okay, that's why we don't just rely on one indicator here, and we don't rely on just, you know, one strategy. We try to figure out where things are going using multiple indicators here. And then we kind of try to come out with a game plan and a strategy. But I think right now, for Pith Network, if this thing doesn't freeze on me, I think if you are trying to be bullish, you could buy now, but maybe you might get a couple more red candles here where you could buy below 16 pennies. And then I would put the stop loss right below that last low here on the daily time frame, below 14.5 pennies. And if we lose 14.5 pennies, there might be something wrong with Pith. There might still be some more selling that needs to be done here on Pith. But you would expect, like, if we were to come down, it might get a little bit tricky over here once you get down to like 14 pennies, because the 200-day moving average is sitting around like 0.138 pennies and 14 pennies. So there could be some support here showing up here. And that's also where the 0.236 retracement's at. So, you know, I would, if you need to get into Pith Network, this is not a bad area to get in at. But you might be rewarded for your patience if this thing does come down to like 15 pennies or 14 pennies. You could get in on this asset at lower prices here, in my opinion. Okay. The selling might not be done yet on Pith Network before you start getting some bids and go up to higher prices. And like I said, upside target, you're targeting 20 cents here on Pith, and then you're trying to see if you can get right back to 25 pennies if you're in it for the short term. But if you're in it for the longer term, then maybe you might see the 1618 at 33 pennies here for Pith. Bingo bango, says Trade Intuition. I think I can go ahead and give it a shout out to our guy here, Joe. Okay, first I gotta give a shout out to my channel first, guys. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to the Meet Damien channel here if you haven't already. You can see I go live here. I also got my videos here where I've done a video on like how to do the Fibonacci tool and how to use the VRVP indicator. But yeah, let's go ahead and look at Trade Intuition's channel, because Trade Intuition, he usually goes live around the same time slot as I do. So guys, if I don't show up one day, you can still get some TA and learn some more about the charts here with Trade Intuition, because he usually goes live same time slot, 12 p.m. to 1 or 2 p.m. Eastern time. And he's got a couple thousand subscribers here and a bunch of videos, almost over 1.4 thousand videos here. So this guy is definitely putting in the work and trying to help you guys out, figure where these cryptocurrencies might be going next here. Okay, yeah, go ahead and check out his lives. He's got some good music playing in the background, just like I try to do here with my live stream. And yeah, don't forget to hit the subscribe button after you check out one of his videos here. All right, going back to the chat here. D2 Miami is asking me, what do I think about the coin's future for Pith Network? I'm trying to remember what Pith actually does. I don't have to remember. I can actually go to coinmarketcap.com. Let's go to coinmarketcap.com here and type in Pith. But if it has a use case, it will most likely stay. And even if it doesn't have a use case, these coins, they don't really die. They just don't get traded, or they get delisted. That's how they usually die. But if this thing does have a use case, then it should stick around. And if it's able to make money in some way or form or fashion, or if it's able to burn its token, that's usually a way for it to create value, then it will be able to stick around for the next cycle here. So it says Pith Network is the fastest growing, oh, it's an Oracle coin. Okay, yeah, so it's kind of like Chainlink. That's right. Okay. So I think Pith and Chainlink are getting more involved with the United States government as far as like tracking economic data for the government. So if it's doing that, then it has a future, in my opinion. Yes. And it should be a good future if it's already getting involved with the government. As long as they can stay okay with the government, they won't have any problems with them. Yeah, they are calling it the next Chainlink Pith Network. Yep. All right. Do we have any more requests here? Shubi says that Trade Intuition has some banging music also. Yeah, he does. I also like Road Dogg Crypto's music. It's a little bit different. He goes into that rock music. I like his rock music. D2 Miami wants to look at Demo. Okay, I got you, D2 Miami. Let's take a look at Demo. So I think I could probably, just thinking back about Pith Network and Kronos, I think I might add those two to my watch list as coins that gotten beaten down but might actually get a pump later. As well as like Pepe is another coin that's on my watch list. Maybe I could add Demo to my watch list as well for some possible day trade ideas here. Demo is currently trading at the well, 7 pennies roughly, down 2.9%. And this is very interesting. It just making higher lows. You catch the bids and then you bleed off. You catch the bids and then you bleed off. That's very funny to see. But yeah, Demo is getting above the 280 moving average, and you know, you caught the bids back here on August 25th very violently to the upside, up 53% that day, and then another 45% gainer, catching everybody's attention on the last week of August here. But the problem is, like, when you do these violent moves to the upside, you can possibly get a violent move to the downside, which you did. And Demo lost 36% on August 27th. Did a bearish engulfing candle, and then it had follow through that took you below the 200-day moving average. Then looks like you kind of bounced off the 50-day, that green line, caught the bids again, and then bled off down to the 200-day moving average. But now the 200-day moving average is acting as support, where it wasn't doing that here around the last week of August, the last few days of August. So that's good to see, and you are creating now a higher low because of that. So how much lower could Demo go right now? Well, it does what it did here and creates a higher low. You'd expect it to maybe not go lower than what it did today, but if it does go lower, maybe the 0.236 could be where we get a bounce again to create a higher low at 6.5 pennies roughly, 0.66 0.666. Oh, there's that number, 0.666. Okay, the demon number here. Let's see, that 666 number. Some people try to look at the back of my head because they know my name is Damien, and they're just trying to see if that number's there, but it's not. So I guess I'm not the real Damien, I guess, that everybody's afraid of. But anyways, the interesting numbers there, that could be where you come down to for demo. So maybe we have to come back down to 6.5 pennies again before we create another higher low. But if we do go, you know, to higher prices after creating that higher low, I would expect demo to get back up to the 618 before that could act as significant resistance at 9.5 pennies here. Okay, and then after that, we'll see if demo is able to get back up to 12.5 pennies like it did here in August. And then longer term targets, we're targeting that 1618 at 17 pennies here for demo. And that'd be nice because you'll basically double your money, and I think you should be happy. And you should be clicking the sell button if you haven't done so by then. Yeah, this thing has seen better days here in December. It has been up to like 17-18 cents. So I think 17-18 cents is a good target, because whoever bought here back here in November and December at 17 cents, you know, they're still in the water right now, and they'll be happy to click the sell button to break even if this thing gets up to 17 cents. So I think that's a target for you to look for in the long term here on demo. 17 cents could act as resistance in the future. But near term, like, we're just looking to see if this thing can get back up to 9.5 cents and then 12.5 cents for your upside targets. All right. Oh, Pengu. Okay, yep. I actually was in a Pengu trade earlier. I was in a Pengu trade like yesterday, took profit, and then took profit again this morning. I got back into it again, and then took profit again. Let me just take a look at my trades here so you guys see what I've done with like Pengu here. Yeah. So you see, I went into Pengu like twice. Let's see if I can get you know, I made 90 bucks the first time on Pengu, and then I made another $54 on. Oh wait, that's Brett. Sorry. I'm gonna get into position history here. Try to see if I can pull up where it gives me the percentage gains here. But anyways, yeah, you can see I've been involved in Pengu. But let's go ahead and take a look at Pengu on the charts here. I still think Pengu can go higher. Pengu does make money. They got like an online retail store. They're selling merchandise, and they're using that money to burn the coin and make less Pengu and create more value for it every time they burn the token. So yeah, Pengu on the daily time frame here. Pengu's up 10.9% today, trading at 3,300. Well, 0.033 pennies here. And just using previous Fibonacci analysis here, which I think is still valid, right? I think Pengu can get up to that 0.786 retracement at 0.038 pennies is your next target. Acted as resistance here on August 14th and August 13th on the daily time frame. So I think this is your target for you swing traders out there, and could be a target for the day traders if you're going to stay in it for like a day or two. So that's an area where I think there could be some resistance for Pengu, and then we're going to see if Pengu can actually get back up to like 0.046 pennies like it did here on July. So that's your long-term target for Pengu. 0.046 pennies. The highs back here on July. I think that is the all-time high. This is a brand new spanking meme coin here. And for downside targets, like I think we already hit it, but we hit the 0.5 retracement to a T at 0.027 pennies. We did that there on last Monday, a week ago. We came down to 0.027 pennies. You know, for guys who don't use moving out, for guys who use moving averages and don't use the Fibonacci, you're like, why the hell did it stop there? Because there was a Fibonacci level there. That's why. Okay. That's why I use Fibonacci to figure out, you know, where these things might get some support or some resistance at. Because the moving averages don't tell you the whole story. You know, for those who are waiting for the 50-day moving average, that green line, it never came. It just stopped and then just turned around and started going up to higher prices again. And had you used Fibonacci, you would have seen that. That was the level to look for. And we also traded sideways around that level too, confirming that this was acting as support. And now you're getting resistance at the golden pocket. I mean, you kind of came above the golden pocket. The golden pocket is at 0.0333 pennies here. But that is a resistance level for at least the guys that are using Fibonacci. But also, look at this, okay? If my computer would stop being lagging on me. But you had a candle wick high here at 0.0337 pennies. So that golden pocket number acting as resistance, very important to look for. Also acted as support here at that 0.033 pennies. Okay, and now it's kind of acting like resistance again. We did peak our head above it, and now we want to see if we can use it as support and then launch up into 4 pennies here. Okay, that's what I'm looking for Pango. Can we flip this from resistance into support and then go to 4 pennies and get up to that blue level, that 0.786 retracement at 0.038 pennies to be exact. Ave Medina says the MACD daily on Pangu just crossed up. So you're saying that we basically got a MACD flip on Pangu? Let's take a look at the oscillators here. See if you're right about that. First of all, let's get into the market cipher B. You did get a green buy dot here on Sunday saying that you should be buying Pangu. And I listened and I bought it and I made some money last night and this morning day trading Pangu. And that green buy dot just confirmed that I could actually be in the long and make some money here. Okay. But you mentioned the MACD. Ooh, I think you're right there, buddy. Ave Medina said that it crossed up. The MACD crossed up. What he's talking about is the MACD has flipped into bullish territory. So we did a MACD flip. Okay. And today we're getting a green candle, which signifies that there's some buying pressure on Pangu. And you can see that, you know, the last few days here, the red candles here, the red and pink candles, which is your selling pressure, the selling pressure has been dying down over the past week here on Pangu. Also, you kind of created higher lows here on the selling pressure here on the MACD. And you're also getting this blue line is now getting above the orange line. You got a cross here saying that, yeah, we're getting the bids here for Pangu. They're showing up. So I think it's possible that Pangu will see higher prices here, and we'll see, you know, possibly that 4-cent level, maybe that blue level, 0.038 pennies to be exact. And RSI is at 55. You're in bullish control territory anytime you're above 50. So good to see that. I think you're gonna hear more good news and see higher prices for Pangu going into the future here. I can get behind it. Yep. And you know, for those who don't leverage trade, you just put your stop loss right below the candle wick low here on Monday, last Monday at 0.027 pennies. And you know, if we never hit, you're doing good. But if we do hit, then you know, maybe there is something wrong here, and that would suck, because then and probably if we go lower than where we are right now, then that ends up being another lower high on Pangu. So there's always a possibility that it could go down, but I think we are trying to go up here on Pangu. And that was just the long, slow bleed that you had since July, and now you're finally catching some bids again here for Pangu. And if Pangu does go to higher prices in the long term, we do have the 1272 saying that we got 5.5 pennies as a possible target, and then a 1618 of course, 69's got to show up again. Roughly 7 pennies could be where Pango goes next later on in the future. D to Miami, I think that's your third request here. We're gonna just leave it at that. I try to make sure we got requests for everybody here, but I'm also getting towards the end of my 2-hour live stream, so I think I'll finish off with WIF and then we'll look at Bitcoin on the way out. Thank you for the request there. Let's take a look at a dog with hat. Whiff. Did you catch a whiff of that? Oh my god. Anyways, I always like to make jokes whenever I can. Dog with hat. Did you catch a whiff? Currently trading at 86 cents here. Up 3.6% today. Interesting. You are above the 200-day moving average, so I can be bullish on this asset. You guys all know that, you know, anytime you're above the 200-day moving average, in my opinion, you can be more bullish than bearish. And then we just gotta see, are we gonna start making higher lows, higher highs here? Okay, you have made higher lows compared to what you did here on June 22nd, but you know, you've been making lower highs since July 22nd, and you know, I can just draw out that downtrend. Let's see, we'll connect the highs here. So you did get out of the downtrend that you were in, and I think this is a good area to start buying dog with hat if you're inclined to do so. And you can put your stop loss below that candlewick low here on Monday. We got as low as 73 cents, so maybe like 72.5, 72 cents as your stop loss. That also puts the stop loss below the 200-day moving average, so you're hoping that the 200-day moving average is going to act as like a goalie and block you from getting stopped out here, okay? So you got your goalie over here, your 200-day moving average, providing some defense when you're getting stopped out on your stop loss here. And then you're going to try to go on the offense and try to actually go to higher prices. Now, you could get some resistance from this 50-day moving average, could act as a bully and push you back down to lower prices. But that 50-day moving average is sitting at 90 cents. We're like almost there, okay? So I'm expecting the day traders to be targeting 90 cents right now on dog with hat. But once you get past that 50-day moving average, then it's up to the races for dog with hat. And then you're just trying to get above the previous high here in August at 94, 95 cents. And then also get above this other high here in July. Can we get back up to $1.32 on dog with hat? I think you can. I think you can. And then also try to see if you can get above this high here in May at $1.39. So I think your ultimate long-term take profit targets for you swing traders and long-term traders, you're looking for $1.32. And you're also, wait, nope, I didn't want that. And you're looking for like $1.39 here. Okay, those are your targets if you're in it for the long term. If you're short-term day trading it, you're targeting 50-day moving average at 90 cents. And then maybe if you're trying to stay in it for a little bit longer of a day trade, maybe we can push this thing up to $1.06, $1.07 as another take profit target to be looking out for. So yeah, that's what you're targeting for your upside targets. And then downside, you know, just don't go lower than 73 cents, because that would be a shame, because then you're losing the 200-day moving average again, and there might be something wrong with dog with hat if that's the case. Alright, so that's upside downside targets for dog with hat. And let's finish off on Daddy Bitcoin here. Could ruin the party for us if Bitcoin decides to go to lower prices. Same thing with Ethereum. I want to see Ethereum also start catching bids here too. But Bitcoin currently trading at 112,275, up 1% today. Not nearly as high as the meme coins. They're up 10% or more, but that's okay. The meme coins are having their day. The AI coins are having their day. And Bitcoin is going to have to try to fight the resistance that I spotted here at 113,400. Could act as a resistance like it did here on Friday, and that it did here on Thursday, August 28th. You got up to 113,000 and you got rejected there. Also acted as support here on August 6th. Okay, so that's the level to look out for here. And then if Bitcoin can get past 113,400, I'm still eyeballing 114,400 and 115,300. That's the golden pocket level. Could also act as resistance for Bitcoin in the near future. Before, if Bitcoin can actually get past that, then we're looking at the 118,000, 119,000, that blue level on the 0.76, which is a level that Bitcoin was trading at sideways here in the middle of July, going to the end of July. Anybody that bought here is feeling down and out, but maybe they might, click the sell button and get out of Bitcoin and maybe go buy some meme coins instead. Because they'll be back to break even again on their investment here if Bitcoin does get up to $119,000. And then after that, for the long term, I think later on this month, going into next month, especially in October, we're looking at $131,000 Bitcoin. That's your 1272 fib extension, and $140,000. I think $140,000 by Halloween. Okay, that's your 1618 fib extension there. Okay, so those are the targets to be looking out for Bitcoin. I kind of give upside targets. I don't think I did downside. You could revisit this 0.32 level. $108,000 has been acting as support towards the end of August, beginning of September here. That is a level to be looking out for on the downside for Bitcoin, where you could swoop up some cheaper Bitcoin, cheaper than what you can get it for today. All right. So that's going to be it for this analysis on cryptocurrencies. Be on the lookout for my next live stream. I'll go live same time tomorrow, around 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern time, and we'll take a look at the charts here during most of you guys' lunch breaks. For those who are out there working for the man, we'll take a look at these charts tomorrow afternoon. Take care, guys, and good luck trading and investing in whatever asset you decide to get yourself into.